Okay. Um, hmm. First of all, I just want to say thank you, God. Uh, I hear these perps doing their best to, continue to maintain this psyop and this facade. You see, that's not going to happen. But what's going to happen is I'm going to go through whatever the government decide for me to go through, and I know what that means. I'm a test subject, and I think to empower these losers that they contracted, and now when I mean losers, in a sense that in the way they try to mentally create this fantasy, they're gonna let them have like let them create a theater for them, because I know these people who are contracted who are involved in this program. They want to do this. They want to be involved in this program that clearly has done so so much horribleness, so fucking much, like surreal, disturbing things. And for these people to try to kind of block out this reality they in, they want to paint a theater. For me, they're gonna make the mistake of try to look at me, and not gonna think about how horrible they've done, what they've done to women, what they've done to children, who has died, who's been tortured. They're delusional. To think that the way you present yourself is gonna make me forget that there's a child that just died not too long ago. There's women that begging for help and support because they're being raped and tortured. Delusional. That I'm supposed to look at. I know who's. Say Roy Moore. You can't say this name, right? There's nobody. Why? What restricts you to do that? I know who runs the show. I know what this program is about, and I know I'm a test subject like so many others. And you're involved in a program that literally uses rape tactics to torture women, to break them down. You will not escape in that fantasy. You are not. You are nothing. I know what this program means. I'm not good. I know everything. I know that it's obviously a massive government running this program. I don't think it's this like rogue group of fan fatales with the BS storyline. It's so the way they try to really trick you into like creating this fantasy of what this is about. On top of that, I know who put me in this program. The reason why I think this psyop is used, and it's just me speculating, is because the people who put me in this program are super conservative, extremely conservative. I mean, like in this country, they're the top donors of the conservative party, and no, just any regular conservative. I mean, the extremely conservative. Like think about the most conservative ideas and plans in this country. They've donated a lot of money. So I think what they'll try to do by having this SIAP is to present that there are different facade of really why I'm here. I mean, who put me in this program? So I think that's why. I'm not sure. It's me being speculative. But right now, the PSYOP is not even right now, but a lot of the PSYOP is like, no, look at us with some women, with strong women, and we're mean. And there's like, you're so mean, you kill children. Yes, you're that kind of mean. You're so mean, you sexually torture children. That's the mean. That's the meanness that you have. Yes, we're talking about that kind of mean. You're absolutely right. You're evil in the sense that you harm children. You violate them in different ways using defense technology. That's the kind of evil that you were talking about. For some reason, they wanted me to be like, what's so mean? Like in this, like mean in a like badass way. No, you're so mean. You torture women to the point of suicide. That's how mean you are. I go to the office at work and I see these people really trying. And for me, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna torture you even worse. We're gonna be the worst torturer," because they try to say like, "We're gonna torture you worse than the way we torture children and women." To counter the fact they torture women and children. Listen, I speak not thinking that it's gonna change anything that's gonna happen to me. That's not the case. I know these people delude themselves into participating in this program. Sorry. I think they're deluding themselves to to help them cope with involving themselves in this program because it's fun. It's empowering. It's enjoyable. So they're like, bring this nice money. I mean, we're gonna torture you more. It'll be the worst torture, worse than the children and the women you heard. What? You just hear that you just accepted that you involved yourself in a program that tortured children and women. And you try to minimize that. You bunch of cowardly life. And then you look at them, they just not truly bottom feeders. Like, you do nothing to me. I accept I'm a nothing. Who am I? I'm nobody. I don't need to be thought to be a god or nothing. I don't care about that. You're a dumbass. You're a retarded ass. Want to be this, but you're nothing. Truly. Matter of fact, you're worse than nothing. You can't even say this name. This nasty trash. Now look how low you have to stoop. Thank God I'm a nothing. This trash are feeling empowered when they just came in. It's just a trash. Whatever torture I go through, please understand. I'm going to go through fully aware the government is doing that to me. These governmental entities that torture women and children, where trash like you are working for or contracted or involving themselves in. This governmental entity with so much pedophilia issue that ranked 19th out of 2,900. Please understand, I know that. Whatever fantasy is for you to create, but I understand why you enjoy that. Look at you. You can control my brain, my mind, all that. My life is orchestrated. Thank you, God. And you're right, it's fate. It's fate that this happens to me when I can access all these testimonies that show what else you've done, who you've done it to. Because I can ask, why me, God, when I hear kids being tortured this way, when I hear women being tortured this way, when I hear a child got killed, why not me then? Trash us try to find ways to do that with that guy. They just trash us. This trash was saying, oh, it's payback. I'm like, what? You tell me the people involved in a program or people in a program where they're torturing women, raping them, coming down to break them down, are the ones that now we're paying back for this woman. So please, I pray for that woman that you're claiming that you're doing it for to not be put in this program where she will be commonly raped using this technology, violated in so many ways, and her family and her children too. Trash us. You know, I was hearing this woman saying they try to find ways, because the truth is, I'm a test subject. They're gonna do horrible things. They do that to even women, like single mother with everything. They lose everything on top of the health. Everything. Like the most defenseless women you can imagine, they do that to them. The most defenseless individual you can imagine, even them, they vilify them in ways that, and then to try to make it seem like it's they're evil people, like we're doing that for you. No. You're doing this because you work for these governmental entities, and you do that to even the most vulnerable. So for me, who am I? But you're involved in that. And you try to compensate. Somebody said that you try to compensate from the reality that you torture women and children in this program. And when I see this shit, I'm like, you know what? Thank God I'm not somebody who's aggressive, because you at this point have accepted if I harm you, I have the rights to do that. Not the rights, but you harming me. So why can I not harm you? And I see them try to be like, look at this shit. You have blood on your hands by involving yourself in this program. You are now, because these people cannot do anything to me. The program is doing that to me. So anybody who's involved in this program that use human subjects as test subjects for this technology have the blood of anything that have happened because of this program. They selected, they had the option to do everything, but they chose to work for a program where they literally torture babies. Some of them doing this thing to me, please believe they have more expertise than others and have done that to women and children. To see a man saying, nah, it's war, he's playing this game, you're like, dude, I'm a nobody. The government is using me as a test subject. Stop playing your freaking fantasy. I get paid $74K. Talk about they're gonna sue me. It's like, sue. I get paid $73K. I get paid $70K. Like, and see this man, no, it's war, we have venture. What? A child just died. because of what you guys push the men to do. Women are begging for help, telling them saying that they're being raped and tortured and fried and tell me, in every ways you guys are the trash. Just I understand what this is about. This way of breaking down the target individual is needed. The stress, the terror, all of that, it helps for this technology. I understand. You participate. I'm sure there's incentives. I don't know if it's only financial, but I'm sure there's good incentives. We're talking about the Department of Defense. We talk about the wealthiest entity on earth. There's nothing close to that. I can only imagine the type of financial benefit they can possibly provide. And not only that, but we're talking about the latest technology that we. But to feel comfortable involving themselves in that, like, now we pay that war. Like, shut up. Yeah, war. Look at me. You delusional trash. Listen, I don't want to minimize who I am, but put things in perspective. If anything, you're trying to turn me into a threat. You want me to be aggressive and do something to somebody because I'm being pushed at this level. It seems like that's what you want me to do. I would never think about doing harmful things to these people. But when there's people telling you you're gonna die, you're gonna do this, you're gonna die, you're gonna rape you, like, that alone is like, do you want me to do something? Is that what you try to do? Because if that's gonna happen to me, why not end things right now? I know you're involved in harming me. Why could I not harm you? Why? I know what you guys do to women and children. I know what you're really about. Why? You're warning me of these horrible things that are going to happen to me. If I end this thing now, it's over. I'm done. It's over. I'll go where Aaron is. I'm dead. So it's like basically telling me, do something to me, or you're going to go through this horrible hell. That's basically what it sounds like. But I don't want your trashy, nasty ass blood on me. You're going to die the death you need to die. Not for me. So God give me strength for whatever I'm going to go through. This slow life. And it's just disgusting to see these people who try to trick themselves in this way. Now I want to make sure, listen, nothing's going to change with what's going to happen to me. But I want to make sure that I know what you're really involved in, and you know that too very well. A war, this little 10-year-old talking about getting shot in the leg while your dumbass here is like, no, we have wars of 50. You pay for that now. It's like, yeah, Aaron Young, trash. The kid died, he's no longer here. This woman tried to be like, it's like, you think I'm going to let you? Aaron fucking Young. This kid is no longer here. Go back and play femme fatale. This is not going to be the last one, and you know that. There's going to be more, and right now there's people torture babies, kids. You know these things. When you try to be it's trash. This real life things. This not psychological manipulation and stories and narrations and fantasy. There's actually children dying today. I'm saying that specific name because that name is the name of a kid who had nothing to. It was not even a target individual. That's the thing. It was not even a target individual. A target individual was pushed into insanity. This guy have very skillful shooter. He killed 18 people and still didn't even get. And now a 14-year-old kid died. And this trash tried to be, yeah, Ryan, I'd rather be enough. Aaron, you piece of shit. I truly see them for what they are. There was this woman behind me. They were talking about how I'm going to be raped. And there's this thing there with this woman called Courtney. They try to present it as if they were doing it for her. It's like, oh yeah, you're gonna have your period. So I'm like, listen. Immediately I started listening to a woman who testified in Chicago about how she one day woke up bleeding from everywhere, and was in pain, was throwing up, and tried to go to the doctor, and the doctor refused to give her a rape kit. Right? Doctors are compromised. Like all entities are compromised. These cops, and this is commonly happening. And so they refused her a rape kit. And I'm like, this is what you're involved in, you piece of shit. Don't bring out corny and try to come up with your stories of what you wish things were, or who, what would you want me to, 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 um, to have this back and forth. I used to have this back and forth with them. I was like, no, what was this? Was it like, okay? At the end of the day, I was like, you know what? Courtney is alive. Let me find her. I couldn't find her, but they're trying to make it sound like they're doing it for Courtney. It's like, listen, I'm not saying what I did is wrong or not wrong, but I'm not going to speak to people involved in the program where they even refuse a rape kit to a woman who got raped and bleeding from everywhere. Never. In my head, they try to create these stories like, no, okay, no. No. Don't speak for Courtney. Matter of fact, I pray that she's not one of these women who's refused a rape kit. Never. I will never let them live their fantasy. And I will never speak for a woman that they would torture if she was in this program, like so many other, and use commonly rape tactics to torture her. I can't do that to you. I can't let you live that fantasy. You're in the wrong program for that. You're not in the program where they're here torturing and raping women, frying with kids, and then try to talk about this woman. Not only she'll be tortured, her kids will be tortured. It's so nasty. And talking about what they wish things were. One thing they really try to paint is what I did as a kid and creating this version. Or that, no, Courtney, this is a back and forth, right? This and that, now maybe it was, but me as a kid, the way they have to exaggerate things, and it's truly exaggerated, try to create a version that they want to because they want an exaggerated thing of what I did when I was a child to make them feel like, oh, you pay for that. What is the truth is in an appropriate moment of a child who impulsively did something that is not what they wish they want. They want to be like, no, you use her hand, you molest, all this nastiness that they wish that was true. Truly, at least Courtney, this is a back and forth. It's like maybe I'll, this is completely exaggerated. There's no debate. No, what I did to myself is what I did to myself. I was a child. And it was an impulsive moment that never happened again. I understand that you want that to be more exaggerated. You want to be worse than what I did as a kid in order to feel better. Because you're in a program that violates kids. And so you wish I violated a kid. When in reality, I violated myself. And you wish I used her hand. Because you are projecting what you're involved in. You are violating and harming these kids sexually. You are doing things to them. You are abusing them. And so now you try to find whatever you can. And me as a middle schooler who just turned 14, you are here trying to exaggerate what I did to myself, to myself. With this extraction, you use her hand, you didn't know. I did these things to myself. But the truth is, I'm talking to people who actually violate kids. Who actually torture children using sexual torture and using the defense technology. Death comes to all of us. It's like everybody, we all have our time. Everything has its time. I understand this is for me to die. I'm okay with death as long as I see things for what they are before I go through this horrible pain and torture. They're trash. Their time will come for them. One way or another, these moments will properly come back to them. It's like, remember when you were God? Yeah, he's nothing, huh? Okay, where are you now? One way or another. This bottom feeders. And every time I bring that reality, he's going to talk to you. He's like, let's go. I'm talking now while I can. Because there'll be a day I will not be able to talk. And matter of fact, right now I don't want to lose reality. That's why I'm talking. So when we see each other, when I'm in the office, I can see these people for what they truly are. That's why I'm doing that. It's not going to stop whatever horrible things, the theater of torture I'm going to go through. I've accepted that. I've understood that. I ask God, give me strength for that moment. For me to deal with whatever horrible torture I'm going to go through, because these people have done so much horrible things. And they wanted to live this fantasy. This woman talking about, you pay now. And I'm talking Aaron Young. And she just said, yes, a child just got killed not too long ago. Church like you are involved in a program that pushed the men to do these things. This man had a child too. For him to lose his mind to the point where he will shoot at kids. And you know this program that you're in push them to get to that level. You know that. He starts shooting a bowling alley on Youthnet when there was kid leagues. Shooting at kids as young as 10 years old. Now, to all my target individuals, please see things for what they are. They are trying to make you lose perspective of reality. They change whatever they can. They manipulate memories. They manipulate reality. And it's part of this tactic of breaking you down. It's about creating a storyline to make you acceptive of the manipulation today. You know what's happening today? I've been saying that many times. Every time I see a child, they're going to do the pedophilia type of torture. They force me to get sexual stimulation toward little kids, especially toddlers. And so now we mapped it to you as a kid. Remember what you did as a kid. It's like, I'm not a child. And it doesn't even make sense. Can you imagine have this, you as your your job is to make somebody believe this manipulation. Imagine you look at a person, it's like, no, we made your brain be a child brain. How stupid, do you understand how low you just became, how low you had to make yourself be? Never. I'm thankful for God that I never had to do this. Thankful. Thankful I never had to dumb myself down to this level. Thankful. Yesterday, I talked in my video about this trash here. They try to frame me like, talk about that young. I'm sorry if I mock them like that. It's because that's what they sound like to me. They actually feels like they're just non-existent. They're just like air. They're just like. But they're gonna compromise. They're gonna compromise this trash, these kids. And you see this kid just acting. Just look. You see, I could be living in a world where I can have a kid do these things. Look how stupid she try to make herself look so scared. Trash. Delusional trash. But as I'm saying that, I'm feeling my brain really being destroyed. So I know that there'll be a time when I will not be able to articulate myself. So I thank God that I got the chance to speak when I can. And when the day comes when I'm so much in pain and torture, I just want to thank God that I didn't live this nasty life. I understand the enjoyment of what they're involved in. It's empowering. It's intoxicating. I get it. Thank you, God. I didn't even get the opportunity or even the option to be involved in this. Thank you, God. Thank you. For that, I'm so grateful, and I ask you, God, continue to give me strength till my last breath. It's going to be very bad for me, but there's dignity in this horribleness for me. So stay strong to our target individuals. Stay strong.